The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "Be on your guard, stay awake, because you never know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He has gone from home and left his servants in charge, each with his own task, and he has told the doorkeeper to stay awake. So stay awake, because you do not know when the master of the house is coming. Evening, midnight, cockcrow, dawn. If he comes unexpectedly, he must not find you asleep. And what I say to you, I say to all, stay awake." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
There is a lot of difficulty to find an analogy to what this staying awake really means, and I would try to attempt to help you understand. For those who come to confession regularly, there will be those who always confess about what we call the habitual sins. Habitual means we do it all the time and we somehow never seem to get it over with. For example, the sin of gossiping. Yeah? For example, for some men, the sin of pornography. For some, over drinking, overeating, whatever it is. Yeah, it's happening on a daily basis. It's something that is so often that it is called habitual. And often we priests hear people confess and say, "Father, I'm so ashamed, I confess the same old sins again and again and again." For me, habitual sins with you confessing is a good sign. Good sign because you are awake. Good sign because you still want to improve. Good sign because you have not given up upon yourselves. Good sign also because you also have not given up on God's grace. Staying awake is to pay attention to small things that make us stumble. Small sins or small imperfections unconquered will make us fall greater. We all know that. If you and I can start stealing 5 cents each day from our mother's purses, eventually it will be $5, $50, $500, $5,000, and so on. It starts small. And thus staying awake, in other words, is to be vigilant. And when we start giving up, and when we stop allowing the habitual sins to disturb us, it means only 2 things. One, we have conquered the sin, which is very good news. Or we have told ourselves, this is no longer sin, because it is me. Take it or leave it, and thus we sleep. We are discouraged, easily discouraged in the spiritual life. That's why the Lord has to tell us we have to stay awake day in and day out, whatever time of the day, to be on our guard, to call on Him to help us by grace. Because we do not know when the final day would be. The second coming, actually for you and me, comes unexpectedly. The Gospels for the past 2 weeks has always been talking about the second coming as like a doomsday thing. But there is another flip side that we have forgotten. The second coming also signifies something that is supremely good. Because He comes to bring us to heaven, not just to condemn us. But if we are asleep, most of the time, unprepared, non-vigilant, then you and I should be afraid. What is this second coming? Our deaths. We just received news of another 46-year-old CEO that died suddenly, as old as I am, in fact younger. Ready to go home? Ready to meet God? Ready for paradise? We are, right?